Hi, I'm Jane Deerwester with McIntyre Elder Law, and I'm here today to talk about how divorce or subsequent marriage can affect your estate plan. The rule of thumb in estate planning is anytime you go through a major life change, you want to take a moment to pause and look at your estate planning documents, meet with your attorney, and consider revisions. There's no question whatsoever that a divorce or a subsequent marriage, either or, are considered major life changes. So before either one of these events occur, you want to speak with an elder law attorney. At McIntyre Elder Law, we also have attorneys who have experience in domestic law, who can give even more insight into your situation. And if you already have a domestic attorney, we can work in conjunction with your domestic attorney, again, to craft a very specific estate plan that's going to help you navigate before, during, after marriage or divorce. Some of the items that you want to definitely amend after going through your divorce would be you want to revoke and update your last will and testament. So you don't want your spouse to be an executor. You want to make sure you update those items after the divorce decree is final. You want to update any of your powers of attorney, a general durable power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney. You also want to make sure to check all of your bank accounts, to check your beneficiary designations, how your accounts are titled. A lot of times as husband and wife, of course, parties have joint accounts. So once that marital relationship is severed, you want to make sure the accounts are in your name only. You may also want to consider a trust to protect your assets. And again, that's very specific as to each individual client's situation. You may want to revisit the idea of who you would want to appoint as a guardian for minor children. It's going to be different after the divorce. If you have a prenuptial or a postnuptial agreement, those documents can also be considered as we go through estate planning. And I'll just take a moment to advise everybody listening to this video that if you are on the front end of a marriage before you are married, I highly recommend that you and your fiance consult with a domestic law attorney and put into place a prenuptial agreement. I think sometimes they get a bad rap, but for anyone who's been through a divorce, you will know that having a plan in place on the front end while everybody gets along will be vital to you toward the end of a marriage when the parties are not getting along. So even if you don't have a lot of assets in place at the beginning of a marriage, most likely you're going to acquire assets during the marriage, and it can just be very costly and difficult to work those things out at the end. So definitely consider a prenuptial or postnuptial agreement at the beginning of a marriage. You want to also look at your life insurance policies. You want to look at retirement benefits. There are a lot of financial and investment vehicles that, again, your spouse may have spousal interest to, and we want to sever all of those connections after the divorce is final. And just keep in mind that over half of all marriages end in divorce. So this is something that a majority of us will have to deal with our lifetimes. And here at McIntyre Elder Law, we're here to help you through this transition and through this process, both through a divorce and then when you're preparing potentially for a subsequent marriage. Thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to helping you.